Well, my name is Palina Axelsdóttir Njarðvík, and I am from Iceland, from Gnúpverjahreppur. It's not a town, it's just a community of mostly farmers. There is one place, it's not a town within the community, it's just a few houses, a few people live there, and the school is there, the community center, and a small shop, and a swimming pool.
Okay.
Everybody has a swimming pool, every single community in Iceland has a swimming pool. If you come to Iceland, find a local swimming pool. I think it was in 2014 or 15, and I got this idea randomly, and I thought, no, I won't do it. Like, it's gonna be so embarrassing when just people see me posting pictures of my sheep and like 2 people like it, 3 people follow it. It's gonna be so embarrassing. But I told my friend, like, I have this idea, like, I'm drowning my friends in sheep photos on my Instagram, and they probably don't like it that much, like, which would be weird because who doesn't like sheep? But anyway, I ended up making this separate page simply for sheep photos and farm photos. And I didn't tell anyone about it at first. Like, I didn't tell my best friends, my other best friends. So they just sort of found it, and suddenly I had 1,000 followers, and then a few more, and a few more, and it just grew. A little bit over 40,000.
40,000 followers that are following
my sheep.
Your sheep.
Yeah. It's bonkers. Yeah, there are a few people that I've noticed, which is pretty cool. Patty Smith, which is cool, and the Prime Minister of Iceland, and a few people from the Parliament as well. I've seen people who visit Iceland. They see a lot of sheep, but they're just close to the road, and if you approach them, they will run away. So people think sheep are like that, and most sheep are like that because many sheep aren't used to the human connection, and most sheep will only talk to the humans they know. Like, if you would go and see my sheep, they'd probably run away unless I was with you. If you grow up with an animal, or the animal grows up with you, naturally the animal knows you, just like our pets, like the dogs do that. And sheep are no different.
Right.
Most of the sheep that I post most pictures with, they grew, like, I've known them since they were born. So they grew up knowing me. We come and then we take a walk around the field or something, they'll follow us and take a walk with us. But then they grow up and sort of stop doing that, but they're always happy to see us. Yeah, I want to teach people. Farming is discussed a lot more now than it used to be. And in terms of where we get our food, and more people are becoming vegan, which is great in most ways, I guess. And at least when people are finally thinking about where the meat comes from, that's good. Because there are many ways to farm, and many ways are very bad for the animals. And I think we do farming in the best possible way. Obviously, the end goal is meat, which is the sad reality that you can't be a sheep farmer and have sheep unless you do that, because you don't get any more, well, almost no money for the wool. It's just a byproduct that you have to shear them because it would be cruel not to. So if you raise animals for slaughter, you need to make sure that the life they get is good, that they get to live while they live. But farming in Iceland is very different from farming in many other countries. And obviously there are so many different farmers out there. But nobody becomes a sheep farmer to become rich, because there is not a lot of money in it. So you have to do it because you like sheep. And then there is obviously, like, how can you hug them if you eat them? But I think that's still closer to nature than just buying meat in the freezer in the supermarket and not caring where it comes from. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you choose to eat meat, it's your responsibility to care where it comes from. Like, if you don't care, that an animal died so you could have this meal. And if you don't care how it died and how it lived, you have problems. Yeah, then you're not a very nice person. And if you can find meat that you're okay with the way it was raised, you should buy that meat and help support that farmer. Because farming is difficult enough already.
Absolutely.
So the farmers who do everything the best way they can, like in terms of caring for the animals, getting a vet when they're needed, and so on, they need to be rewarded for that. Because it's a lot more work to do farming that way. Well, I wish that people would just try to pick a farmer that they would want to buy meat from, so they could pick one that they know is good. Because, well, farming in Iceland generally is done quite well, but there are always some farmers who do things better, and some who do it less good, or worse.
Fair enough.
I'm not saying the farmers that don't do that are bad farmers. It's one of those things.
The extra mile.
Yeah, that extra mile that, you know, when it comes to it, it's not just about money. It's you have an animal here, and this animal is your responsibility.